stories about jinn and ghosts. He who has the courage and the ability to hear horror stories. Join us today in new stories and new horror. You will enjoy it with us. Just turn off the lights and let's live in the atmosphere of daring horror. Just follow the events. Horror stories about jinn and ghosts. He started a group of friends at 20. From their age to sit down to talk, and one of them said, "I will live." You have 4 horror stories about jinn and ghosts. One of them laughed and said, "I can't." You complete the conversation and he went, and he said, "Are you telling me or not?" They said, "I am talking." Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new first story events. The suspicious nanny's story. A mother notices that her infant daughter is behaving oddly enough. She is laugh and cry at the same time, or when you cry and scream. Strangely, it happens like she sees something or hears something. She calms down and laughs. The mother thought that the angels were pampering her. But something strange happened. The mother woke up one day. "Suddenly I heard a woman singing Judaism and strange songs. She was tall. But the mother could not verify her appearance. Well, and when the girl fell silent, the mother approached the room, and here the strange 6 disappeared. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new. The second story, titled Exorcism Session. This story was told by one of the girls that she was going to play with her friend in the park. Suddenly, I heard her mother screaming. So they went together and the sound came from her big sister's room. And here I found a little girl and her friend. That her sister is under the influence of a jinn. This is a session to expel this jinn. There was a cleric with her mother, and her sister is in the room. Suddenly, her sister's voice changed to that of a man, perhaps. "Are you old?" and kept screaming. It got louder and louder when I got close to it. Her sister scared her and keep her away from her. The small one does not know what happened to his sister. The big one. Then her sister got up on one leg and leaned back until she almost reached her head on the ground. And indeed it happened. And she kept screaming in that strange voice. More than half an hour. Suddenly, it all fell. And no one can get close to her. Her features change from bad to worse. And here suddenly my sister calmed down and fell silent. Finally, this strange situation changed. She fell unconscious as if I fell into a coma. She remained in this state for more than 10 minutes. And when she woke up, I took my mother to ask her what happened to her. Do you remember many of these questions? She did not feel anything. She did not remember what had happened, nor anything at all. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button To receive all new. Third story. This story was her narrator. He did not remember its events, but his mother told him what happened in his childhood. She told him one day, "I left everything in my hands, and I went upon a very great cry from you. And you're in the bathroom, and you were alone at night and in the dark. When I came, I asked why you were screaming. You told me that you saw a man in a striped shirt smoking cigarettes. And he's standing next to you, pointing the gun at you, and wanting to kill you, so I went around the apartment. I found that all the windows were closed and the doors were closed. Even the window of the bathroom was so small that no one could pass through it. Once my mother was cleaning the kitchen and I was next to her, and suddenly I was leaning on caution. I found that there was a secret door to the basement of the house, and my mother knew this, and I did not when I went down. I found the picture of the man I saw in the bathroom at night, and when my mother came and told her that this was the man I saw in the bathroom, she told him he was my grandfather. Don't worry. And when she grew up and matured, my mother said that she could hear crying sounds and screaming from this basement, and whenever I go down, I find the places of things are changing. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new. Fourth story. The young man said, the title of the story is A Ghost Calling, and she was one of the expatriate girls that happened to her and her colleagues. Those who were with her in the residence or apartment were strange things that they did not understand or explain either, but many years had passed. But it is engraved in their memory when he placed many question marks for them. One of them recounted a situation. She said, I was sitting in a room watching TV and suddenly I saw a very bright red light passing by, and when I turned to see what this is, I did not find anything, as if it had no effect at all. And when I recounted what happened with me to my friends in the apartment, they told me that the same happened to them as what happened to me, and they did not find anything either, and many question marks prevailed with us. All of this was a matter of obsessions and fantasies. This is what we convinced ourselves of, but when this thing happened, we decided to move at once to another place and another apartment. One day we were all sitting in the living room, and it happened that the landline phone was given a bell and rang, and when one of us went to find out who was calling, she found that her phone number was, "He's the one calling." I'm surprised. We were all together in the living room and she's leaving her phone in the room. And when she answered and picked up the speaker, I heard a sound of music, and when I hurried to the room, you didn't find anything about music, so we decided to move out of the apartment to another apartment. If you like